Alec Baldwin, a very angry narcissist? Part 1. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Many of you are familiar with my series where I examine people, both famous and infamous, to ascertain whether they are a narcissist or not. I have no agenda with regard to these individuals. I select them based upon suggestions made by my viewers, and also those that I think are interesting to help people understand more about narcissism. I have covered, of course, Harry's wife, Oscar Pistorius, Harvey Weinstein, Donald Trump, Amber Heard, Taylor Swift, Kevin Spacey, Shane Dawson, Chris Watts, and many others. These individuals are taken from a varying range of backgrounds. Some are well known, some became infamous. Different genders, different races. Alec Baldwin is well known, and he has featured prominently in the news as of late as a consequence of the tragic death of one of the crew working on the movie that he was a producer and starring in, called Rust. For the purpose of this analysis, and all of the analyses that I undertake, I go through a significant amount of material. Some of it has been obtained privately, much of it is in the public domain. I utilise news reports, broadcast footage, journal articles, personal recollections, in order to paint a picture of the individual concerned, to enable you to understand whether the individual is a narcissist or not, and the reasons why. The work that goes into these is comprehensive, detailed, and substantial, and therefore it would be appreciated at the end of these videos that you would show your gratitude for the work that goes into them by liking them, sharing them, and exhibiting super thanks. You will find all of that information underneath the video in the menu bar so that you can action it. I go through the material. I don't include absolutely everything that I have reviewed, otherwise it would make these parts cumbersome, and instead I have selected the most prominent examples to enable you to understand what this individual is, and in a way that is easy to understand and is demonstrative of the appropriate behaviours. I take you through a variety of sources. I leave it for you to make your own determination about the veracity of the sources. I utilise that material for the purposes of providing you with an analysis. Alexander Ray Baldwin III was born on April 3rd, 1958. He is an American actor, writer, comedian, film producer, and political activist. He is the eldest of the 4 actor brothers in the Baldwin family. Baldwin first gained recognition appearing on the 6th and 7th series of the CBS primetime soap opera Knots Landing. In his early career, he then played both leading and supporting roles in a variety of films such as Beetlejuice, Working Girl, Married to the Mob, Talk Radio. He gained attention for his performances as Jack Ryan in The Hunt for Red October and in Glengarry Glen Ross. Since then, he has worked with directors such as Woody Allen in Alice, To Rome with Love and Blue Jasmine, and Martin Scorsese in The Aviator and The Departed. His performance in the drama The Cooler garnered him a nomination for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. He's done voice work for the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, Madagascar, Escape to Africa, Rise of the Guardians, and The Boss Baby. From 2006 to 2013, Baldwin received critical acclaim, starring alongside Tina Fey as Jack Donaghy on the NBC sitcom 30 Rock, winning 2 Primetime Emmy Awards, 3 Golden Globe Awards, and 7 Screen Actors Guild Awards for his work on the series, making him the male performer with the most SAG awards in history. On stage, he portrayed Stanley Kowalski in the 1992 Broadway production of A Streetcar Named Desire, and the title character in a 1998 off-Broadway production of Macbeth, the former earning him a Tony Award nomination. Baldwin co-starred in Mission Impossible Rogue Nation and Mission Impossible Fallout, the 5th and 6th installments of the Mission Impossible series. He's also a columnist for the Huffington Post. Since 2016, he has been the host of Match Game. He has received critical acclaim for his portrayal of Donald Trump on the long-running sketch series Saturday Night Live, both during the latter part of the 2016 presidential election campaign and following the inauguration, a role that won him his third Primetime Emmy in 2017. He was nominated again in 2018 and 2021. It is undoubted that Baldwin is a talented actor. The number of films that he's appeared in, the performances that he's given, and the awards that he has won are testament to that. It is worthwhile noting that many individuals that appear in the acting profession have strong narcissistic traits. In a sense, that is to be expected. There has to be an exhibition of vanity, showmanship, pride, and the ability to take on different roles, of course, requires something of the chameleon, something which is familiar with the narcissist. Of course, being an actor also allows access to considerable adoration from fans and moviegoers, which provides fuel. It provides residual benefits, such as fame of itself, access to other people, and, of course, money. It allows the assertion of control over many people through the garnering of fame, the fact that people will do things for somebody who's a famous actor because of who they are. And therefore, the acting profession, of course, acts as a honeypot for narcissists. That isn't to say that all narcissists are, of course, that all actors, rather, are narcissists. Of course, that would be incorrect. But it is important to note that it is a profession that will have a higher number than usual of narcissists amongst its ranks for the reasons that I've just explained. Baldwin was born on April 3rd, 1958 in Amityville, New York, and raised in the Nassau Shores neighborhood nearby. And he was the eldest son of Carol Newcomb and Alexander Ray Baldwin Jr. He has three younger brothers, Daniel, William, and Stephen, who also became actors. He has two sisters, Elizabeth and Jane. Alec and his siblings were raised as Roman Catholics. They are of Irish, French, and English ancestry. Through his father, Baldwin is descended from Mayflower passenger John Howland, and through this line is the 13th generation of his family born in North America, and the 14th generation to live in North America. Baldwin attended Alfred G. Burner High School and played football there. In New York City, he worked as a busboy at the famed discotheque Studio 54. From 1976 to 1979, he attended George Washington University. In 1979, he lost the election for student body president and received a personal letter from US President Richard Tricky Dicky Nixon, with whom he had a common friend, encouraging him to use the loss as a learning experience. Afterwards, he transferred to the Tisch School of the Arts of New York University, where he studied with the Muggers, Jeffrey Horn, and Mira Rostava at the Lee Strasberg Theatre Institute. Later, he was accepted as a member of the Actors Studio. In 1994, he completed his Bachelor of Fine Arts degree at New York University. The background demonstrates a fairly straightforward family history and, of course, prominence within the industry within which he works. There is now considerable material that provides you with detailed background about Mr. Baldwin's behaviours, the way that he conducts himself. I've taken this from a variety of sources. There is so much material, I've had to leave quite a lot of it out, which doesn't skew the outcome or the analysis, but rather you should understand that the additional material that I've had to leave out for space-saving reasons merely reinforces the content of the material that I'm going to take you through. It underlines and reinforces it. It doesn't deviate nor dilute it. We're going to take you back to 2007. Although there were early incidents, the first one that's noteworthy occurs in 2007, and therefore in part 2, I will be explaining to you what happened and how this relates to the issue of Alec Baldwin and whether he is a very angry narcissist.